Today we're going to be installing the Givi crash bars on the tracer. It comes with a set of instructions and a parts list. And then there's some instructions for the installation of these finishing pieces that go on the cross members here of the crash bars to advertise their product, I guess. Do a parts check to take account of each type. 2 plugs, 3 of these washers, 3 of these washers, and spacers of different heights. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and follow the instructions and put these on. If you look at these 2 bars, you can see that there are subtle differences. So one is right and one is left. So we'll go ahead and install this on the bike now. I really don't know what they mean by these 2 tools here, 8mm and 17mm. The first instructions are for you to remove this, and this. And for that, you need some larger sizes. You need a 12mm socket to remove this bolt. And these ones here look like they're probably, let's try that. That is a HW8. That's an 8mm hex. So put that on your ratchet and take those bolts out. Ignore the instructions for the tools. This bike came with these engine guards on it. Nice engine guards. But in order for me to install the crash bars, I've got to take them off. And when I take them off, I'll have to replace the screws that were replaced when the engine guards were fitted. So I went to Partzilla, got the screws, and now I'm going to take these off. With the engine guards removed, we can start installing the right side crash guards. And to do that, we have to remove bolts. Remove this bolt here, and this one, and this one. Remove those and then simply install in its place the bolts that are supplied with the kit. You can see I've got them preloaded with spacers and washers. So they go on in those 3 locations. So there it is installed on the right hand side. It's not torqued down yet. The 3 bolts are not torqued down yet, and the little trim embellishment there with the Givi name is not put on yet. We'll do the left side now. The left side involves removing this bolt, and this bolt. Once you break this bolt here loose, you've got to go on the right side and take this nut off. This nut that's here comes off of there. Then you got to push this bolt all the way out. And to do that, you use something like a drift. And here it is removed. This same bolt will be reused in the installation part of this left side crash bar. So these 2 bolts are out. That one is out. So now we just bolt the crash bar on. Here's a tip. When installing the crash bars either side, the first bolt I put in is this one, because the crash bar has a slot there. So I kind of hang the thing on that, right? There we go. I hang it there, and then I fit the other 2 bolts in that location and that location. It helps a hell of a lot. The badges are easy to install, and they grip surprisingly well. Once you clamp these 4 screws down, this grips on pretty good to this cross member. After torquing the bolts, we just install these little plugs into these holes, and the job is done. The torques are as follows: 45 Newton meters, 45 Newton meters. So that's 55, and this one here would be 55 as well. And that's it. That's the installation of the Givi crash bars. One of the reasons I like this crash bar is because it's a narrow profile. Look at that. It's narrow to the side of the bike, but it protects everything behind it, Much better than the engine protectors that I had to remove. As for looks, it could be worse. I don't love crash bars, but I tell you, they work pretty darn good. In the event of a tip over, this will probably suffer. And of course, you know, any damage up here, you can't rule that out. Crash bars are not going to help you for that. But at least down in the engine, it's well protected.